It's Thursday, January 20th, coming up live on The View. Hot topics are hitting a high note, from how the co-hosts rate the new American Idol judges, to why the woman who fell into a fountain wants to sue. And Sherry's getting ready to walk down the aisle. So find out how she and Barbara have very different visions of the bridal shower, and the shocking proposal she made to Elizabeth last night. Plus, imagine if you could remember every single day of your life. Actress Marilu Henner and two others with the extremely rare condition superior autobiographical memory are revealing when it's a blessing, when it's a curse, and giving you a demonstration you'll never forget. Then, hungry girl Lillien showing you how to keep your resolution to lose weight and still dig into food you thought was forbidden, like Chinese takeout, Super Bowl snacks, even chocolate cake. All that, hot topics and more, coming up live on The View.
Disney cruise, and I hope she's got gorgeous weather because we're expecting snow again tonight. Yeah, right. She'll be back with us on Monday. As you all know, I am a wonderful person. Why are you laughing? So when last week Sherry announced her engagement, I said on the air that I was going to throw you a bridal shower, right?
Yes, you did.
Imagine how I felt when I read what you wanted in People magazine.
Oh, yeah. And
yeah.
People, I said, I told somebody, they reported it. I said, Barbara's throwing me a bridal shower, and I asked if we could slip in a stripper. And I told her to order someone named Chocolate Thunder for the bridal shower.
Yeah, see, what I had in mind was maybe 10 ladies for tea.
Oh, yeah. Something quite civilized.
You think this is a bachelorette party? I'm going to do it in my house with a stripper? They'll kick me out of the building.
Funny. You know what, Sherry?
That'd be kind of fun, huh?
I gotta tell everybody. So can I tell?
Yeah.
Okay. So last night I was working, and I see on my phone, I see Sherry's number come up, and so I'm thinking, okay, maybe I don't know, maybe it was at a strange time, right, for you to call me. And I'm thinking maybe I have to go pick up Jeffrey, maybe I forgot something, so I pick up the phone, and Sherry's not sounding like herself. And usually when I get a call from her, she's like, girl, I gotta tell you something. Last time it was like, Lizzie, and I'm like, oh no, is everything okay? What's going on? And she went on, she said, well, you know, I've been thinking a long time about this, and I really care about you a lot. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Sherry, is everything all right? And then all of a sudden it was like, Sherry's proposing to me. And she says, and Sal and I have talked about this, and we've just become really incredible friends.
And
she said,
storyteller.
And all of a sudden I could envision her getting down on her knee, and she asked me to be a bridesmaid.
Be my bridesmaid.
And I'm shaking now, so I start crying.
Wait a minute. Just a minute.
Because I told her I'd get her Chocolate Thunder.
Just a second. I am giving you a bridal shower. I am paying for it. I am inviting everybody. And you ask her to be a bridesmaid? You give the bridal shower.
Fine. Okay. I'll take 200 Chocolate Thunder for the bridal shower.
Do you want to wear a pumpkin-colored chiffon gown with tulle and sequins, walking down and humiliating yourself? Let her do it.
I just have to say one thing. Okay. I have to tell you.
No,
I was without words. I'll pick up half the tab, Barbara. I don't know.
I will give
it's an
you
honor.
I will stand by my word and give you the bridal shower.
Thank
no
you,
Chocolate Thunder.
Oh,
no Chocolate Thunder. And I get good sex advice from Joy.
You'll get plenty. I mean, I don't want to be a bride.
She'll tell you not to get married.
I want to be a bride.
I will wear whatever dress you want me to.
Yes.
I will do whatever you tell me to, and I will stand there, Sherry. I know that this is such an incredible promise that you guys are about to make as a family, so it is an unbelievable honor for you to even ask me to be a part of it.
Thank you.
I'm more annoyed than ever. Enough already.
When you get married, I'll be a bridesmaid at your wedding. That's to my speed.
And for you, if you marry Steve, I'll have Chocolate Thunder.
In my apartment, probably.
In your apartment.
But I have to wear black. That's the only proviso. I must wear black at any time I'm a bridesmaid.
When you walk down the aisle?
Yes, I believe in black as a
Would it
bridesmaid.
be a day of mourning for you?
Knowing you wear black at your wedding if you get married.
I will. I wore black at my daughter's wedding.
You look great, though. I like it. It suits you.
Oh, we don't have those clips yet, do we? Okay, so you'll see later what we're going to talk about. Did you all see the picture that was on YouTube of Kathy Cruz, the employee, evidently she worked at the mall, who fell into a fountain while texting? Okay, well, it's been all over the place. She was texting and she fell into the fell into the fountain, got out. Yeah, see, you're still laughing.
Everybody's laughing.
Brushed herself off. She said that she was texting a friend about coming to church or something. Well, now she's suing the mall because she claims the security guards didn't help her.
Didn't help her. She was a hazard walking around.
She says, and also they gave the humiliation, she said, somebody there, over the video, which has gone viral, with almost 2 million hits on YouTube. Oh. And so she is suing them for her humiliation and for not coming to her aid.
See, she could end up making a lot of money on this because if she would just serve as a spokesperson, because 1,000 people a year, Ohio State University did a study, 1,000 people a year get injuries from texting while walking, TW squared, and in that number has been doubling every year.
She could have walked into a bus.
No, she's lucky she wasn't at the Grand Canyon, this girl.
That would have been
Okay, I've been there. Those mules better not be texting, I'll tell you right now.
She fell in, Barbara, and she got right back out. It didn't look like there was enough time for anybody to rush.
Well, they didn't. Well, what she says is that they didn't come to her aid. And also, it turns out they were laughing on the track. You can hear, well, it is
people
funny.
like it. I think people were probably were secretly enjoy that she fell because folks don't like it when you text and walk. They get really mad. So when stuff happens,
the person who falls always feels it's a tragedy, and the rest of us all laugh.
Let's just face it, though. We're all just one little number or letter away from that happening to us, because everybody does it.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know the old thing, you slip in the banana and everybody laughs?
Yeah.
Speaking of being caught when you shouldn't be caught, I left my house this morning and I walked to work with Bryant, who does my hair, and Laurie. The three of us walk to work when the weather's good. So today I'm coming out of my building and I had absolutely no makeup on, nothing. And I wasn't wearing sunglasses and the hair did not look like this. I looked awful. And outside of my building was a paparazzi taking a picture. So I said to Brian, this is terrible. You know, I said, I'm going to see this picture on YouTube. Yeah. And, you know, now that I've said it, I will see it. Why did I do that?
But did it catch you, like, surprised, like,
They exactly. But it's not just that. I looked so awful. But now I've just made a big deal out of it. Why did I do that? I take it all back. I take it all back. It just shows that I'm not the natural beauty
that everyone thinks you are.
You're real about your beauty,
None of us are, really. But that's the way. They love that. They'll use it.
Thank you. You made it feel so good.
More than a girl falling into the fountain.
I've just had a bad morning between the chocolate thunder and the bridesmaid. But before we go, I want to show you something that made me feel so good. I want to show you the adorable pictures. This is on the cover of Us Magazine, the current issue of Us Magazine, with a wonderful interview. The proud parents, Elton John and David Furnish, showing off their baby boy. And his name, he has a Zachary Jackson Levon Furnish John. I love Elton John and David Furnish, and I'm very happy for them. And that's an adorable picture. Yeah, so that makes me feel good. Good for them. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Lucky baby.
The 10th season of American Idol, the first season without Simon Cowell, and the debut of Jennifer Lopez and Steven Tyler, who joined Randy Jackson at the judges' table. Okay, what did you...
Let's look at it. We have a clip.
No. First, I want to hear what you thought, and then we'll show you what it was actually like.
Steven Tyler surprised me. I didn't think he would have that much spunk and sass in him, so he really did surprise me.
You liked it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you got Stephen Thomas was good.
I thought he was excellent. First of all, I love how he could not like resist the fact that the girls are so yummy to him. and then he was just like, oh, I love it.
So you liked the show.
And then J-Lo, I thought was so, she could not say no to anybody,
beautiful.
and I could watch her for 7 hours straight.
I miss Paula's incoherence. I do. I wish that she were there, like, just acting like, you know, whatever. And Simon's snarky nastiness, I miss it. They need to get, like, Mel Gibson there. You know what I mean? Somebody who combines those two qualities.
I think J-Lo, they kind of got her. J-Lo, the tears get to J-Lo a little bit.
And all the begging and the crying. Are you going to show that clip?
Yeah, so some of the criticism that we've read today is that everybody was too nice. That they were a little bit, you're nodding your head, that everyone was too nice. Okay, take a look. We have a little bit of it.
Oh, an Italian with tattoos? I love you already. Sexy. Where is your pitchfork, you little devil? Angela. Ooh, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh,
Impressive.
Stephen.
Please.
This is going to be hard for me.
No. This young girl's fate lies in your hands.
shut up.
Jennifer?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, this is awful. Oh, my God, I hate this.
It's not a good feeling,
Why
is
did
it?
I sign up for this?
So there you are. Maybe they were too nice. We will see. But also, there were a lot of sob stories. I mean, you know,
Yeah, you gotta have
heartfelt.
those sob stories.
Yeah, a lot of them. What were the one had cancer?
Yeah,
and
the father had throat cancer. One was in a wheelchair.
Well, we'll show you a little bit of that. A lot of heart-wrenching, genuine stories.
I was in a wheelchair for a severe case of hip synovitis, which was pretty scary as a 5-year-old, thinking that I might never be able to walk again.
Right before my sweet 16, my 16th birthday, we found out that he had throat cancer.
I was worried that I couldn't see my daughter grow up. I wasn't going to see a Sweet 16 party. I wasn't going to see her come here to American Idol. I think that's one of the reasons why I made it through.
No one else will do.
We stood in shelter for about 2-3 years. And at that time, my dad was sick. You know, it was hard for all of us. People that ended up in these shelters were people that had nothing. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from?
Guess where you're going?
You go to Hollywood!
Well, a lot of heartbreak and a new American Idol.
They always do that, though, right?
Yeah, they do.
This guy's special. I think he's going to go all the way.
It's
Yeah?
sweet.
Okay. So also last night, there was a sitcom, Modern Family, which is one of our favorite shows, and it dealt with something that almost every parent has gone through and it never wants to happen. Take a look.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
No!
I'm sorry.
Nothing's happening!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, our kids walked in on us. We were, as they say, having sex.
That's not a euphemism, Phil. That's exactly what we were doing. Having sex. In front of our children.
Well, they weren't there when we started.
No.
In fact, you weren't even there when we started.
Oh, my God. Phil, our children are downstairs right now, and they're probably traumatized.
Oh, come on. I'm sure it's not that bad.
I can still see it. I can't believe that just happened. What were they doing? Nothing. Whatever it was, it looked like Dad was winning.
Seriously. You know, then the kids said they gave him a lock for the door. So, I mean, you've got 3 little ones. Does that happen with you?
No, hopefully not. It won't ever happen.
I once walked in on my parents and they were actually having a conversation. Now, that was shocking. But if it ever happened to me, I'd say, look, kids, I was faking it. Nothing happened. It wasn't even yet great.
What should be the truth? Because
It's just the visual. It's something that you know you do, but the visual of your parents.
When I was younger, I didn't even want to go to movies with my parents where they were showing sex scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
don't you go, you know, we don't want to know. We don't want to know where we came from.
My mother once said,
How it
when I
happened.
was older, I mean, mean, I was about, I don't know how old I was, and I said, she was talking about sex, and I was like, I can't listen to this. And she said to me, you know, your father likes his matinees. I said, I didn't even know he went to the theater.
I have a girlfriend.
How embarrassing.
I got a girlfriend.
I did it in the afternoon.
Oh, that's good.
Let me just tell you something real quick while we have time. I hope that nobody's having sex at 10 o'clock at night because
Joy is on HLN at 10 o'clock now. You know who I have on tonight? That Chinese mother, you know, who thinks...
Tiger Mom.
Amy Chua, yeah, she's on.
And now, now you've had your word, you've had your word, I've had mine, a word from my sponsor.
Okay.
Hey, I know I'm supposed to be at the Hot Topics table, but I forgot. Macy's is sending somebody special over to tell us about their Macy's $1 Million Makeover. Why, it's Clinton Kelly, everybody. Hey, Clinton, I hear you got some exciting news from Macy's.
I sure do, Sherry. I logged into your computer to bring up Facebook to tell you about Macy's $1 Million Makeover. We're talking clothes, we're talking beauty, we're talking fitness, vacations, cash, the whole shebang. All you have to do is go on Macy's Facebook page by January 31st to apply. January 31st.
January 31st.
And that's all there is to it. Get on there, okay?
Oh, Clinton, thank you so much for telling us about Macy's $1 Million Makeover. And you know what? I gotta run. I got a show to do.
Go do your show.
I am. Oh, well, you know what? But Macy's is giving everybody in our studio audience a $100 gift card. Woo! Okay, I gotta go.
Bye, Sherry.
Right.
Bye.
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 Sorry. Okay. All right. Whoa. Made it. Okay.
Good thing you grabbed your
I grab my hair. In case of emergency, don't break glass, grab hair.
What about the hair you're wearing?
I got that. That stayed on, thank goodness.
Okay, so when we come back, we're talking to 3 of the 6 people in the world who have superior autobiographical memory. They remember everything every day of their lives. We'll be right back. I can't even remember today. Could you imagine remembering nearly every day of your life? Some people do. It's a rare condition called superior autobiographical memory, an ability that only 6 people in the whole world are known to possess. And today we're talking to 3 of them, starting with our friend, I didn't know, the unforgettable actress, Marilu Henner.
Right.
Hi. I'm a little nervous.
No. You know,
so what is it you have? What is this memory, and how did you know you had it?
Well, it's so weird because my entire life I've always had a great memory. Since I'm 6 years old, people would say my nickname as a little kid was Univac because I always just remembered everything, and I was sort of the family historian. And then I was almost an adult when my girlfriend said to me, you know, when will you realize nobody else has this crazy memory? So I started really paying attention to how other people remembered things. And then people would get so flattered because I remembered things, and of course, it was just my memory. But then Leslie Stahl, who's been a friend of mine for a while, she called me. She said, I'm interested in doing this story. There's this woman who's come forward with this strange memory, but I keep telling people it's no big deal because you have it too.
I saw Leslie's interview. Leslie's wonderful, and you were terrific on it. But tell us exactly what it is. You remember, you can recall any single date we give you?
What happens is it almost comes up, you know, I've been talking about this since I was little, so I used to talk about it as a card catalog. I talked about it as a VHS. Finally, when I saw selected scenes on a DVD, I said, that's the closest thing to it. It's like if you name a year, the year starts to fill in with different scenes, and some come up super vividly,
but
immediately.
Is there like a process?
Yeah, some things just come in automatically, and then some things I go, like somebody asked me on a show about 1975, so I rattled off all the dates from 75, and then by the time an hour later, the whole year came in, and I was able to do
What about, we're live, so obviously it can happen a couple different ways, but so if I said to you, okay, February 28th, 1983.
Okay, so I know, all right, so February 28th, 1983, I know that was a Monday, okay, and I know what happened on that day that other people might be able to relate to. Okay. But when I think about February 83, I think about the final episode of Taxi, which was February 18th. I went to the final party the next day.
This is just coming to you now, because we did not rehearse
No,
this.
we didn't.
Totally
but February 28th was the the finale of MASH, and I was with a friend of mine.
That is correct.
Yeah, and I was not, I was doing a lot of Broadway and just movies and stuff like that, so I knew of MASH, but I wasn't like, but I went to his house and we sort of watched it together.
You and I have met many times.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember anything about...
times that we've met? I'll tell you sometime.
I just know we know each other. Yeah. I can't remember a thing. What?
Okay, I remember December 18th, 1997. Which was a Thursday. And you and I were at Howard and Jennifer Stringer's house for a Christmas party. Wow. Jimmy Naughton and I had come after we did the Broadway show
Stringer's
Chicago.
The head of Sony, yeah.
Yeah, the head of Sony, and they had a party at their house, and Marvin Hamlish was there, and he played piano.
Well, now I remember, but
okay, so as soon as I prompt you, then you sort of remember. And then do you remember, we were also at a wedding at the Union Club, I think. That was on November 24th. Sunday of 2002, and you and I sat at a long table together, and you danced.
And Marilu, it sounds
spooky.
Mostly it sounds positive because, you know, you can be very smart in school and everything. What's the downside of it?
I haven't found a downside because, but you know what? I think
isn't your mind all clouded with all this stuff?
No, it's there. I mean, it's like if I'm driving in the car and I hear a song, I go, oh, that was blah blah blah. You know, that was April. It just it comes in, and then if I don't, you know, if I don't want to think about it or something, I can do that too because I'm thinking.
Turn it off?
You can turn it off. It's there. It's always there. It's like a track that's always running. All the time.
You do.
All three of them.
Like how? You mean that didn't happen?
No, always. And he, you know, my husband now, he and I were on the show, and he's, you know, he's the love of my life, and he's very smart. We went to University of Chicago together, and so he's always Mr. Trivia and Mr. This, but when it comes to our lives, I win every argument.
You think that one of your boys has
I think Joey could definitely have it. I have two boys. They both have extraordinary memories, and the book that I'm writing deals with a whole section about kids and how to train your children.
So this is genetic.
No, they don't think it's genetic.
So they
don't know. So far there are 6 of us, but they're bringing so many other people forward because, well, when Jill Price was on Primetime Live, a lot of people came forward, and then they only found the rest of us, the 5 of us.
Oh,
they think more people.
Yeah.
There's probably more.
We China.
But what's in China?
But they're studying this now.
They're studying
to find out if your brain is different from my brain, well, obviously.
But I think it's definitely a nature-nurture thing. I definitely think there might be a propensity, but I know that it's something that I've done to, you know, I've always liked it. It's like exercising a muscle.
Yeah, but you can remember certain things, but you can't remember, I don't know, January 30th, 1974.
Yes, I can.
No, but you can, but I couldn't, no matter how much I practiced.
No, you'd be surprised. It's almost like your forest is your memory, and then you drop pebbles along the way to sort of remember, and then
you can give tips to anybody like me to remember better.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, this is what I'm writing about in my book, and I'm going to come back and talk about it. But you definitely, everybody has a track. Everyone has a track on which they embed their memory, so you start there. And then there are certain things you do with that track, and that's what I talk about in my book.
What about a script?
A script? Well, a script, I'll remember sometimes that where I was sitting when I worked on the script, because it's very experiential.
Can you look at a script and memorize it?
No, it's not photographic memory. I'm pretty fast, like 2 or 3, 4 times. But
I also, the people, because we're going to be talking to 2 others, that there's also compulsive behavior that's
I was already tested for that. I don't have OCD.
You don't.
I don't.
Is there
but not that there's anything wrong.
Is there a responsibility that comes with this? I mean, do people then expect you?
I'm a little hyper, but I think that has to do. That has to do with
expect things of you more because you could remember and access things. I mean, do your friends say, "Hey, can you help me with this? I need."
Yeah, but I mean, it's like no. Like I look at you and I know your daughter was born on April 6th, which is also my birthday. No, but I know that because it's my birthday.
Like if I had a whole bunch of bad boyfriends and I wanted to.
I did have a whole bunch of bad boyfriends, but you know what's funny? It's almost like Peggy Sue got married. You can go back to the feelings, to the emotions and stuff, but you now know the future. Because I'm in present time.
But you have the same emotion.
You do have the same, and that's invaluable as an actress. As an actress,
it's good for an actress, but what about painful things?
Okay, we're going to meet some people who will talk about that too. When we come back, Marilu is joined by 2 other people who have the same kind of superior autobiographical memories, including one woman who can instantly remember every day show.
We are back with Marilu Henner, who has a rare ability known as superior autobiographical memory, and she's joined by 2 more of the 6 people in the world who can remember nearly every detail of their lives. Please welcome Bob Petrella and Louise Owen. We're glad that you both joined us as well.
And you know, I just want to say that when Barbara and I had some of our, social encounters, you were always so wonderful to me. And I remember showing up with somebody and I didn't know the crowd, and you went, "I met her first. I met her," and you were so adorable. And I remember what you were wearing and everything else.
What was I wearing?
You were wearing this white top with a black skirt, and you looked just fabulous with those legs and everything else. So
remarkable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not 1, but 3. Okay, Louise, you are a professional violinist,
That's correct.
right? So does this help you with your work? I mean, do you remember every score you ever?
I think so.
Really?
I mean, I had a great musical memory from the time I was a child. And so I don't know if the autobiographical memory is connected necessarily, but I've never had a memory.
And you remember every day of your life?
I do. I've never had a memory slip in performances, so I'm very lucky in that respect.
We all saw Rain Man, and we know the savants. Are you considered a savant?
No, I don't think so.
I see. That's a different. That's part of an autistic. Some autistic people have that. When did you know that you could remember every single thing?
I discovered when I was 12 years old that this was something that not everybody else in the world did. In 1985, I had every day sort of categorized in my mind, and then we went to visit my grandmother's spring break of 1986, and she gave me a calendar, and I started filling in everybody's birthdays, and then I began filling in what had happened since the beginning of the year, and it was March 22nd. And she said, "What are you doing? How do you know?" And I said, "Well, that's just what happened."
Does it get in your way?
No, I think it's fun.
So you don't feel cluttered at all.
Do you remember bad things?
The bad things are there, but the good things...
Do they hurt you again?
I describe it as time travel. So you say a date and instantly I'm there, as though it happened 5 minutes ago as opposed to 15 years ago. But I've made a conscious decision to make the good outweigh the bad.
I picked a couple of dates, all right? And then Bob will get to you. June 17th, 1994.
June 17th. That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
OJ
What
day.
happened?
Yes.
OJ.
Yes, it was a Friday.
You knew that too? Just as I said, all 3 of you knew it as
absolutely. It was
Instantly, we're there.
I was in Aspen.
Okay, let me try another. You can all do it. Who was newsworthy on July 19th, 1986?
1986. Caroline Kennedy got married that day. It was a Saturday.
Did you remember that? What does it come? Do you hear voices?
I hear you say July 19th, and before you said 1986, I was scrolling through all my July 19ths thinking, which one is it going to be?
That fast?
Yeah,
it's like,
it goes fast.
You fill in like a URL address, like if you would put The View and THE and all the THEs that you ever put in.
Yes.
That's how it is. So when someone says July 19th, that's how all the July 19th.
So it's like this big analog system.
I said Louise is a violinist. What do you do, Bob?
TV producer. Catch, Ice Road Truckers.
You can remember every lousy show you ever did.
Exactly.
I love all of those shows, by the way.
Thanks for
I can almost remember every single show.
Recommendation on my resume.
Honestly. The Ice Road Truckers and Deadliest Catch, I can almost remember all of those. They're some of my favorites. But, when did you know that you had this? Were you also a child, Bob?
I was a child. But I was,
at one point in your life, you were.
No, I became acutely aware of it when I was in high school because I'd be talking to my buddies about something that happened when we were kids, and they may or may not remember the event, and I'll say, yeah, remember it was November 3rd. That was a Friday, and they'll go, how do you remember that? So then I kind of figured, that not everyone...
1978, it was a Friday, and
they were probably excited that you had a great memory.
My parents thought I was peculiar, but it wasn't because of that.
I also understand that you have an incredibly great memory of Pittsburgh Steelers events and facts. Now, I'm personally hoping that that doesn't include the Super Bowl where they beat the Seahawks,
I know
right?
where this was going.
I'm hoping that that's not included in that memory. Did you grow up in Pittsburgh?
I grew up outside of Pittsburgh, a small town called Beaver Falls. It's Joe Namath's hometown. That's what it's known for.
Seriously, though, do you remember that day, that fateful day of the Super Bowl?
Oh, you mean
the Seahawks? Fateful
for
our
February
fans.
5th, 06.
Was it really? Yeah, you are right. What about, let me give you another one. Terry Bradshaw's last touchdown pass was caught when?
December 10th, 83. It was a Saturday. And it was a Saturday game.
Do you remember where they played?
Yeah, at Shea Stadium. It was the last game ever at Shea Stadium, actually.
You're right. How about who caught it?
Calvin Sweeney. Yeah.
Hot dog. Cereal. You're right. All three
They are now hoping
counts.
that scientists are now hoping that from taking pictures of your brains, right, which they have done, that they can figure out what it is in your brain, and maybe it can help other memory, including Alzheimer's. What did they know, if anything?
Well, they know that there's a section of our brain that stores memories that's larger than most people's.
It's like
seven times larger.
Yeah.
Seven times larger in your brain than in an ordinary person.
It's called the caudate nuclei, and it's supposedly the part of the brain that retains memory. And they said that ours is 7 times larger. They don't know if it's larger because we exercise it more or whether it's, you know, the chicken or the egg.
And are they seeing this in conjunction with Alzheimer's progression,
well, they figure if they can find out, maybe if they can get to the clue to how we retain all these memories, then maybe they find the inverse. You know, how do you prevent Alzheimer's?
How does something not get retained, et cetera. But I know that I've exercised mine. I'm sure you guys. It's something. As a kid, as a kid, I'd fall asleep going, okay, what did I do? You know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. What did I do when I was exactly my little brother's birthday? What did I do a year ago? What did I do? You know, like on this day, I remember so many different January 20th. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
how in general does this impact on your life? You are all creative. You're an actress, you're a violinist, you're a creative producer. That may just be accidental, but that you all are in creative work. How does it impact on your everyday life?
I mean, because I know that I'm going to remember everything. I want to make sure that I live my life in such a way that it's worth remembering. Really? So every day, it's a deliberate decision. What am I going to do today that's meaningful? Right. Who can I connect to?
We should all live like
You also know that you could bust yourself if you do something bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe other people don't know, but you know, and God knows. You know what I mean? So you just, I mean, there's just something about it that you know it's just all going to be recorded. And then with my kids, of course, I've got like their little lives recorded too and things. You know, so it's just.
Do you write it down as you remember?
How does it impact your life?
Well, I mean, it's great just to think back. Well, I think, for one thing, you learn from your mistakes. Yes. Because you can think back of even a job interview or whatever it is, or even a show that you were producing. Yeah. When I went back to back on Ice Road Truckers, you know, it's a very hard show to do because basically all they're doing is... And so you learn from the mistakes that you made on it.
Very quickly.
It's important
do people treat you like a freak? Remember this day, remember this day?
It's a little irritating. Well, the thing is that the misconception...
Not because of my memory.
People have misconceptions. They think you remember everything about everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you say, what's the name of that restaurant? You'll be saying, what was the name of that restaurant? They'll go, you don't know the name of the restaurant?
Right, the expectation's high. You know, we want to thank you all for coming
We'll
here.
remember today.
We will never forget today, and that's a great lesson that you give us, Luis, as well. When we come back, Hungry Girl, Lisa Lillien is showing you how to stick to your diet and still dig into food you thought was forbidden. Thank you, Marilu.
If you're 20 days into your resolution to lose weight and you're already hanging on for dear life, step away from the fridge and find out how you can dig into Chinese food, Super Bowl snacks like jalapeno peppers, even chocolate cake, and still stick to your diet. Please welcome the hungry girl herself, Lisa Lillien. Welcome to the show, girl.
Thank you.
All right, so you know, it was #1 resolution is to lose weight for this year. So are there any tips that you can give those of us who are struggling with weight loss?
I mean, a lot of people, they set goals that are just not attainable, and then the minute they eat something they shouldn't have, they throw it all out the window. So live one day at a time, and little changes can make big differences.
So do the little changes. Okay, great, girl. So today we're going to take some things that you don't think you can eat, that we think we can't eat. You're going to turn them into stuff that we can eat.
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Exactly.
All right, so let's see. What's the first thing we're working with?
This is sesame chicken, and it's amazing. Now, regular sesame chicken, when you get it from the Chinese restaurant, could have about 1,000 calories, 60 or 70 fat grams. This has 288 calories.
Ooh, okay.
4 grams of fat. Thank you for clapping for the low calorie.
You gotta taste it.
Yeah. All right, taste it, because it's made with things like sugar-free pancake syrup and
Sugar-free
ketchup.
pancake syrup.
And
sugar-free.
And rice vinegar, and it's baked, and then you put the sauce on it. So you don't need to like load it down with oil. You don't need to deep fry it, and it tastes like the real thing.
It tastes like pancakes a little bit.
It tastes like pancakes.
Exactly. Well, that's because of the syrup.
Well, it has ketchup. It has soy sauce. Is a lot of flavor.
Okay,
288 calories. You can have your sesame.
288 calories.
Yep.
Love it.
Okay. Pesto pasta. Another thing, again, and it has tons that you can take out of that bowl probably, because these are probably more manageable.
This is
800,
not real-
1,000 calories.
This
This
is
has
not pasta.
177 calories.
But
You're
what
right.
is this?
Joy brings it
Yeah.
up. This is tofu shirataki noodles. These noodles, 40 calories for a whole bag. You find them at the market where you find the tofu. They're floating in water. They look a little weird. But I'm telling you, these are life-changing. 40 calories for a
40
serving.
Now, how come it's not more green, though?
Well, there's basil. You could add as much basil as you want. This is a serving. 177 calories. Basil, parm, fat-free ricotta keeps it nice and creamy.
You got
It tastes like the real
nuts?
thing. Pine nuts. You don't need too many of those.
Okay, I like that. So how many calories?
177.
177
For pesto
calories.
pasta. Crazy.
All right, Joy, let's keep
Okay.
going around.
We are moving on to French fries.
French fries. We love French fries.
I am like French fries. I would sit in a bathtub filled with French fries and not leave until they were all
Me
gone.
too. That's
That's how I feel
food,
about
yeah.
French fries. These are made from butternut squash. Now, butternut squash to me, I never eat potatoes anymore because I've discovered butternut squash. Tastes exactly like a sweet potato. You bake these. You can eat an entire squash's worth of fries for 200 calories.
That's good.
Dip them in ketchup. You just bake these. Again, you don't need to fry them.
How did
just
you
bake
get them crispy like that? Because the
You
crispier,
bake
the
them.
better.
Yeah, you pat them dry. You throw them in the oven.
So
with
what's
a little
this?
salt.
What's the caloric?
For a huge squash, 204
Like
calories.
that, that's
all
it?
of this,
So
200
you just
calories?
spray it with Pam or something?
You
What do you
spray it with Pam and you bake it. That's
Oh
it.
my gosh. Okay, that's good.
Because I eat this like 3 times a week.
Butternut squash. What's this one?
Jalapeno poppers. Super Bowl Sunday's coming up. Those things are usually deep fried, loaded with oil.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
news. 2 of these are 50 calories. The secret here,
How's
and
it?
that's pretty amazing. I mean, guys love these too. I mean, and they're crispy, crunchy. The coating here is made from Fiber One breakfast cereal.
good.
You put it in a blender, turn it into like breadcrumbs, season it up. You stuff these things with fat-free cream cheese, and you sprinkle it with
What are they? Oh, they're
fat-free cheddar.
peppers.
Yeah, the jalapeno peppers.
Jalapenos, are they hot?
No, well, you bake them, and they're not
And
super
what's the
spicy.
cream?
It's
Fat-free
fat-free.
cream cheese.
Oh, the fat-free.
So what's the caloric content on
2
them?
of them for 50 calories.
2 for 50
Yeah,
calories?
yeah.
That's
And
good.
they have
I
a
like
lot
that.
of fiber, too, because Fiber One is the coating.
Okay, now what is this?
One of my favorite things ever. Now, if you like cake, who doesn't like cake? You get
Okay.
a boxed cake. Instead of using eggs or oil, just add one thing, a can of diet soda. Any combination, that's it.
Instead of the eggs and the
Instead of the
oil?
eggs and the oil, just the cake and the diet soda, any combo will work. So you could use chocolate cake and Diet Coke, cream
Okay.
soda and yellow cake, cherry cake,
So what
cherry
kind is this?
soda. That might be cherry with yellow
Try the
cake.
chocolate.
It's
I
good.
don't know
That's
about
the
chocolate.
chocolate. It's very moist.
And this is with diet soda?
Diet soda, 170 calories instead of 250 if you prepare it on the box.
So it's 107 for a slice?
Yep.
Oh, instead of
Yep.
250. Good.
Exactly.
Is there any food you can't do this with?
No,
but
nothing can stunt me.
we want to say
Zero.
congratulations on your new show on the cooking
Thank
channel,
you.
Hungry Girl. What can we expect?
It is a great show. It's fun. There's a lot of cooking. I'm out in the field. I'm at restaurants. It's all about surviving. It's it's Saturdays, 4 o'clock Eastern.
Congratulations.
Thank you. These are pudding shots. Coconut rum, 90 calories, vanilla pudding.
Coconut rum, so it's 90 calories.
It's like a dessert pudding shot.
And you put in what?
Pineapple, crushed pineapple, vanilla pudding, coconut
Why do you put
rum, lime
alcohol
juice.
in it?
Why not? You can make it without
Why
alcohol.
not?
Let's
Why
count
not? What do you have against alcohol, Joy?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
For more information on these recipes, check out our website, and members of our audience are going home with Hungry Girl. Choose the right thing recipe cards, and we'll be right back.
Diet Coke instead of eggs and oil.
A night of spills, thrills, and especially chills. An all-new winter wipeout tonight at 8/7 Central on ABC.